Good afternoon, guys. Let's have a look at 3 of my favourite thrillers that have the best plot twists. Let's go for one of the books that is my absolute favourites, and I have lots of favourites, but one of my favourite authors is Riley Sager, and how that book is House Across the Lake. This story follows Casey Fletcher. She is a widowed actress, goes to a family lake house to escape bad press, and in that time she becomes interested in her neighbours across the lake. So while sitting out at night drinking a bottle of red wine, like you do, she decides to spy on them through her binoculars. Now these people are very wealthy, well-to-do, with what she believes is the perfect life, and she becomes a little bit obsessed with. The wife disappears suddenly, and the husband comes up with lots of excuses of where she's gone. Casey starts to suspect that there's some foul play at hand. That is all I'm going to tell you about this book. You have to read it. If you haven't read Riley Sager's House Across the Lake, you absolutely have to. It's a really fun book. It's got a twist at the end that just makes you think, what? Just absolutely brilliant. Next up, I'm going to throw in a curveball. This is a horror book, and it's by Jo Nesbø, and it's called The Nigh House. This is a really weird book. It had me in a lot of emotion. So I started this book, and I thought, oh, wow, this is really strange. I'm really enjoying this book. And then after a little while, I was like, what on earth is going on? And then came the plot twist, and it turned this book from like a 3.5 star to like a 4.5 star read. It's quite a short read, it's a fun read, and you'll never see the twist come in near the end. So that's another plot twist in this book that I recommend highly to anyone that likes a bit of horror that isn't extreme. It's not extreme, but there are some bits in this book where you're just like, oh, that's gross. So definitely Jo Nesbø's The Nigh House. Last and certainly not least is one of my favourite reads of the year. Not my favourite read, but it definitely in my top 5. And if you haven't seen or heard of this book, where have you been? It is Amy Tintera's. It is Amy Tintera, isn't it? Yeah, it is. I knew that. Listen for the Lie. This book was so damn good. I've recommended it so many people. I've even like bought them for people before so they can read it too, because I love it that much. This book is crazy. The plot twists in this are twisted, and it is unputdownable. This one is the one that you have to give a go, because you just won't be able to put it down. I can't believe that anybody will dislike this book. But maybe they will, but I just don't. I think it's absolutely like top tier, 10 stars out of 5. One of the best books I've written. I didn't write it. I promise I didn't. Read.